of social media addiction. Season 3, Episode 1 of Black Mirror follows the story of a woman who wants to keep up with the Joneses. Lacey wants a bigger house, approval
Oh, I
from her
remember
rich
this video.
friends, and to be seen as someone of importance. In fact, it's not
This honestly, Black Mirror, I know people like to be like, there's two different spectrums. There's the people that haven't seen it at all and don't really care for it. Actually, there's three, I guess. There's people that don't know about it, obviously, or don't care to like look into it. Then there's the people that watch it and love it because like they're like, oh my god, dude, every episode is so crazy. They're so good. They're so great. And then you got the other people that watch it and they're like, it's overhyped. It's overhyped. I fall in the middle of the other two. Like I do think it's overhyped. Like some episodes are kind of like just random as hell. But I mean, I'll tell you what, I haven't been disappointed with an episode yet. I could say that. And like they have a few episodes that point to this, like basically wanting to be loved and accepted by everybody. And it's true, dude. It is a kind of weird concept because think about it. Whenever before social media, like if you tried to dress good and look good, you kind of were only doing it for yourself or your friends that you're going out with. But now you look good and you're like, I want the world to see this. You know, you post it and then you get 5, 10 likes, or actually it can you can get 1 or 2 likes, and then you're kind of like, damn, you know, like I got 10 people following me, I got 20 people following me, I got 100 people following me, and I only got 3 likes. Like, damn, am I ugly? Like, should I delete it? And then you got that kind of going for you, or you got the opposite. You know, you got 10 people following you and 50 people fucking like your stuff, and you're like, whoa. But then you only get like 2 followers and you're like, well, how come they didn't follow me? You got all these different kind of things going in your head with every single interaction. Social media is wild, and it's so weird what it's done to us. And it's so weird that we all care about posting our stuff. Like, you remember when the whole big thing was everybody posting their food, and it's like, bro, who gives a fuck? Just eat your goddamn food. Like, it doesn't matter, bro. We don't care about what you eating. But then again, like some people do be liking seeing the food. Some people are like, oh my god, that looks so good. That's such a great idea for me to try out next time. And it's like, I don't know. It's all over the place.
not even by her own volition that she craves these things. It is a side effect of terminal social media use and self-comparison.
Yeah, the self-comparison is where
episode is stylized with a 1950s suburban aesthetic. It's clean and bright with desaturated pastel colors that makes everything seem a bit too polished. It indicates bliss, a world free of problems, a fake veneer to match everyone's inauthentic self. A social media rating system rules this landscape.
Was it actually this quality? I don't remember that.
5-star rating system where both passenger
Maybe he's just doing it so that it doesn't get copyright claim.
In this case, every social interaction equals a rating. Someone looked at you funny, low rating. The barista
that's
made your
crazy.
cappuccino extra tasty, high rating. Even more.
I actually like the idea though of not like rating, but the like this, like not the rating, but the not heads up display. What is it called? Augmented reality. It's kind of cool, you know. I mean, I don't really know what all it would do. Like, homie's name, Jack. It'd be cool to maybe float people's. Well, no, what would you? Because if you float like their stats, it's kind of just awkward, right? It's like people are going to be comparing themselves to each other all the time. I don't know. I guess I like augmented reality more for like items and information on stuff like machines or these different things. They could, instead of saying it on a label, it'd be kind of cool if it just floated in the air. That's all I'm going to say.
Even more dystopian, you rate each other to their face and get immediate feedback based on your actions or their subjective opinion. In this world,
that's
people
so
are
awkward.
Constantly judged and categorized based on their ratings. For example,
but it is true. That's
high rating. You have
like we're literally posting photos for people to judge. You know, like you're literally every photo you post, you're risking people talking mad shit or saying something that you're really insecure about. But then at the same time, you've got, you know, the hope that people are gonna like it and compliment you. Strange.
access to certain perks like discounts on housing and luxury seating on planes, things that those lowly rated peasants can only dream of. And if you're unfortunate enough to have a low rating, people will pretend not to look at you and be reluctant to give you any attention. There are even social media analytic experts that offer you solutions on how to boost your score so that you too can live like the elites.
Oh yeah, the
Anything in
fucking
the 4s is good, but 4.2 and above is really
the people that tell you like, hey, I can get you to so many followers, learn how to get followers, learn how to do this, learn how to do that, and all the YouTube videos, learn how to get your stream going, how to get more viewers on YouTube, how to get more followers on this and that and that. It's like, bro, everybody knows we know like the formula to the algorithm, but everybody knows the formula, you know, don't be boring. Well, actually, like I said, I think it all comes down to luck. Because you can be a boring person, but there's still gonna be a lot of people that find you interesting. You know, maybe the other people that are, I don't want to say boring. Maybe let's say less energetic, more even like more monotone. Like there are people there's an audience for everybody. And so when it actually comes down to it, I mean, I think it's all down to luck. Because look at YouTube. A lot of big YouTubers, most big YouTubers are the type that are like in your face and jiggling keys to the camera and fucking doing all kinds of weirdo shit. Like all these big bright faces for their thumbnails and all kinds of like, you know, just popping energy and this, that, and the third and throwing shit at you and, oh, stay entertained. Like literally jiggling keys in front of a child. But then you got people like, I mean, my big example would be Moist Critical. That dude is like mellow, like he's never yelling or anything. I mean, obviously sometimes he plays it up, but most times he's kind of just like chilling and just like vibing, and people fucking love him. You know, he's got a huge audience. There's a few people that are just like, they're not the type to do what everybody else is doing, yet it still works out for them in incredible ways, you know? So I really think there's no like true formula for it. I think you basically, you know, just make your presence known, but you don't it doesn't have to be the same way that everybody else lets their presence be known.
where you want to be to reap.
Because then you're not yourself, you're them. You know, you're just a puppet, which is like, why do stuff to not be yourself? I understand you want to get money and financial gain and notoriety and stuff like that, but like, why sell who you are? You're going down in history as this person. You know, videos on the internet are here forever. It's not like it was in the old days where they were writing down people's biographies and shit and it gets lost in a fire or like just slowly forgotten. You know, videos on the internet are going to be up forever, and anyone in 100 years that really, really wants to can probably look back on videos from 10 years ago, you know? So I don't know. It's so weird, bro.
The benefits of high society. Lacey toes the line of these high rating scores until, you guessed it, she takes a nosedive. A snowball effect of negative social interactions that effectively exiles her from society. In this case, it's the protagonist's worst nightmare. This arbitrary rating system should remind you of the credit score system. If you have a low score, you can't get approved for loans or have access to the resources you would need to even have the same opportunities.
It is kind of true.
High scores. And in the same way,
whole credit thing,
the system is rigged against you. Life events and unlucky.
It's kind of like the job thing too. The credit and the job thing. It's like with the job, do you have experience? No. Okay, well then you're not hired. Well, I'm trying to work to get the experience, you know? And with the credit, it's like, I'm trying to buy this because I can't afford it, but you're not letting me, so now I just can't have it at all. You know? I don't know. It's all weird.
Circumstances can happen at any moment and throw you off track. These experiences are oftentimes unavoidable and out of your control. For the majority
I probably said that
of people,
wrong.
Social media is an extension of oneself. If you have a weird social media presence, you fundamentally are weird, right? green versus blue text bubbles, the amount of likes you get, the amount of followers you have, blue check marks. These are all nonsensical components that play into the greater machine of our technological society and how we view others. In typical Black Mirror fashion, this episode portrays an exacerbation of very real consequences of social media addiction and what that means for society. This episode
And one other thing I think is weird. Well, not one other thing. There's a lot of things I think are weird. But one thing is kind of strange is when people, I assume people that have like hundreds of thousands, if not like millions of followers, like you probably see everybody as NPCs, you know? You probably don't realize that every single interaction, because like I'll be reading comments on random pages, like I'll be scrolling through Instagram or something, and like a random, like, you know how they have like suggested ones that you don't even follow, they just pop up on your feed. I'll click on one and just go to the comments just to read it, and like you have so many people that I can't even tell if they are actually human or if they are bots, because they talk so strange and interact so awkwardly and weird, and it's just, but you really do have people that talk like that. Like it could be a grandmother or just some fucking person that talks really, really proper and has manners that are like a million times more prevalent than mine or something, you know? I don't know if I use that word properly, but like you have all kinds of people, and it's so weird that you have like these like thousands and thousands of people commenting on your stuff and liking your stuff and stuff. Like you probably don't think anything of it. You probably think it's just another number. And I wonder how that does for you out in society. Whenever you're walking around, you probably see all these people like nothing, you know, like, and then everybody's trying to come to you, and you got to worry about, oh, are they coming to me because I have a big following? Are they just trying to get caught in a photo or a video with me? Like, so then you never really know who you can trust or who's the homie or who's like, you know, like it's not always good. Like, even though you have a whole bunch of people and a big following and stuff, and you may look happy, like you could feel alone because you feel like everybody's the same. Everybody's out to feed off of you.
Episode's narrative was so influential that it was responsible for the CEO of Instagram to implement hiding likes on their platform.
I kind of like that idea.
Tell me about your bond.
Yeah, she's the first one to email me on my birthday every year.
I never miss it because it's automated through Constant Contact.
I've never been in a relationship with a gardener like this.
What the heck?
Actually, landscape architect.
Are they together?
We get a sense of Lacey's socially conditioned trauma when she practices her fake laugh in front of a mirror because she's scared her real laugh is ugly. And throughout this episode, we hear this nightmarish laugh in an attempt to fit in. This theme serves as a constant reminder that Lacey is pretending to be someone that she's not. Lacey longs to be accepted to the in crowd, except not for who she is. Rather, a version of herself whose shit doesn't stink, prim, proper, and plastic. We see her addiction to social media manifest itself in the phone eats first phenomenon, a practice of taking pictures of your food before you eat it, or not being able to chow down and enjoy your food because you're too worried about taking.
You know what I think is funny though? And I know it because I've done it before. Whenever you try to take a video and then like it didn't come out good, or like something happened, and then you basically gotta like retry it. So if like something's happening, maybe you're like laughing or something, and you're like trying to record, you're like blah blah blah, and then like you look at it and you're like, oh shit, like I got a fat ass booger hanging out my nose, you know? And then you like, you know, you remove it, and then you go again and you're like, and then the second time is just so disingenuous. Maybe you got to do it a third or fourth time. It's so weird whenever you try to capture that same first moment again. And then with photos too, it's kind of like, I feel awkward every time I take a picture, because it's like, you want to smile, right? You want to look like you're taking a photo, you want to smile. But at the same time, like, I feel like smiling is so awkward for me. Whenever I take a photo, I'm just like that just seems improper. But then taking a photo, like, it seems you're just like too cool. Like, why even post it at that point? But I don't know, dude. All of it is just weird. Taking photos to be judged instead of just for yourself. But I mean, we all do it. We all want the attention. There's no way around it. We want we want human contact, human interaction, and we want it in a positive way. Even, I mean, the negativity obviously fucks some of us over, but good and bad, it all is messing with our mental. And it's kind of strange to see where we will evolve from this, because social media is relatively new. All like people growing up with this kind of thinking, it really might end up leading to something like this, you know, like, 'cause we don't have, I'm sure we haven't studied the long time effects of social media, like obsession and stuff, because people nowadays, you know, they'll wake up in the middle of the night and record something on their live, or like post a video saying like, oh my God, I just had a dream of this happening, or like, oh, I just had an idea about this, that, and the third. And then they, like later on, they're kind of like, you know, like they don't even remember, because it's just natural to them. They wake up first thing in the morning, scroll through every single social media you got, you know. I don't even use social media, and sometimes I'll be finding myself scrolling for like way longer than I need to. Like if I go take a shit, like I usually don't like to scroll through Instagram, like occasionally I'll do, but every time I go take a shit, like I try to avoid it. I'll try to watch like a YouTube video while I'm shitting, and I try not to go more than a video, because then usually that's like 9-10 minutes. Who's shitting that long, you know? Then it's just like you're just chilling at that point. So, but sometimes I'll go scroll through Instagram or something, and it's just infinite, you know? It's just random and infinite, and then you're just kind of like, why am I even scrolling through this shit, bro? I don't even know these people. It's just weird.
Pictures of it. This stems into a much larger conversation that I would argue is the antidote to the dystopia: presence. Simply being present and being aware of the moment that you're in is the best thing you can do for your mental health when it comes to social media. The funniest part about this
and then that
scene
too.
is that she doesn't even like the food.
That too. I was about to say that too. Like with the video, if you record a video, say like of like something happening, like an area, you take a video, it looks nice, and then you're sitting here like typing out like, oh, it's such a nice view over here, doing this, that, and the third, having such a great vacation, going swimming, blah blah blah, whatever. And then by the time you're done, you're kind of just like looking around like, you know.
However, she loves the positive attention she gets from her post about it. Social media acts as a replacement for personality in shallow people. Go on Instagram and look up the name of your local, overpriced chuggy bar or nightclub. You'll see what I mean real quick in the tagged pictures.
Chuggy bar.
To these people, looking the part is all they need to feel validated.
What's chuggy bar?
And engagement feed their fragile egos like a starving beast. Undeniably, there are nuances within social media apps that people are subconsciously aware of, and they allow them to dictate how they act on social media. The clothes that you wear, even the sizes, the food that you eat, the places that you visit, the cars you drive, the job you have, the people you associate with, the followers you have, the shows you watch, the music you listen to. Everything is compartmentalized and consumed by others, and then shit out to form a baseline judgment on you. Even the mattress you sleep on, which is why today's video is sponsored by Helix. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding customized to fit your needs.
Is that their bed? That shit is weird, bro. Social media, it is kind of strange. Because some people do be like kind of like people that have to post something every single day, or like feel the need to. It's kind of like, that's a nice ass house, dude. No, but there's like people that want to post every single day. It's kind of like, what do I post today? Because I've kind of gotten into that to where it's like, you know, I'm trying to work my way up Twitch now, you know. I fucking hate my jobs right now, and I'm trying to do this on the side, see what's going on. I'm trying to do YouTube too, but I keep with the whole YouTube thing, like I don't know if my computer can take recording while streaming. So what I was gonna do is stream and then go back and watch my VOD and kind of like record through that, but that's probably not the proper way to do it. And it also is like, if I watch a 40-minute video and then I have to go back and record that whole 40-minute, well, if it's a 40-minute video, it's probably gonna be like an hour reaction. Because I want to do it raw. I don't want to have to do like cuts and stuff. Like I'd rather just do the whole thing as one go. But then I have to sit there and let the whole fucking thing record while I'm like probably doing something else, which takes away time from me streaming or doing something else. And yeah, a bit of work. So maybe I'll start trying. Maybe I'll do a stream where I try to record it on the side and see how it does. That way it'll be easier. Because like with this one, I'm gonna have to go back, and with another video I watched too, I'm gonna have to go back. But I guess we will see.
Socioeconomic ratings are built into our everyday life. Credit score, programs for people who pay premiums, lofty, comfortable accommodations for those deemed worthy enough, whether it be your social status or money in your bank account. In every aspect of our culture, people are ranked and organized in an invisible caste system. Lacey lets her one false idea of what it means to make it dictate every decision in her life. She has to attend her friend's wedding who treated her like shit because Fours will be there. And she has to live in the rich neighborhood despite not being able to afford it. She changes her behavior to live in accordance with people she doesn't even like. This means losing any sense of self, down to the way that she laughs and eats. The most privative, basic human experiences.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that go through that
You-
type of shit
in a
though.
world where everyone is competing to be the same, being different is
I mean, look at the other one that the other video he posted about recently, like the Twitch streaming in Valorant tracker. Whoa, hold up. Am I gonna have to look into that? Valorant tracker. But no, even like the other video with the Twitch streamer that it's like literally a business. People make them dress a certain way, dance a certain way, like do certain things, eat certain things. And then with like the K-pop stars, they make them like unable to have boyfriends and girlfriends. Like they do all kinds of crazy shit to people. So I'm sure there's a lot of people like this that don't even want to be there anymore, but they basically like sold their souls type shit, you know?
Being different is everything. Social comparison works in three ways: upward, lateral, and downward. Upward social comparison.
And one thing I want to say about this social comparison, it does kind of suck, right? Whenever you have to go to work, and then right before you go to work, you kind of like scroll through Instagram and you see that like friends and other people are like going to like a nice fucking river, or like going on a vacation somewhere, or like even like other people like actually being in a nice fucking spot, like in a different country or something, like these rich people, like icons and shit. And then right before you go into your shitty job that you absolutely hate, you know, it's like, damn, how do I get into their position? But then I mean, most of the time you really can't. So it really, really does suck, because like I fucking hate my job. And then sometimes right before, like I'll be scrolling through Instagram, and then I'll see motherfuckers like, you know, at a nice restaurant or something. I'm like, damn, that looks so good, bro. I would love to be at a restaurant right now. I would love to be anywhere but here. And then, you know, you kind of got that in the back of your head, and then you're like, well, time to go into this shitty job, you know, like it just sucks. But I mean, what can you do?
Is when you rank yourself against other people that you deem are happier or more successful than you. The problem with this is that social media is an illusion. It is a highlight reel of someone's life that they want to portray as the real thing. It shouldn't surprise you that researchers have found that upward social comparison has
And it literally takes 1 second to post a picture, and it would give off a totally different impression than their real life. They can literally be dead inside all the time, looking like this. And then they get ready, someone's going to take a picture. And then that 1 second, everybody looks at, oh my God, you're so beautiful, queen, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Oh my God, you look so good, dude. You've been like working out or what? All this positivity. But in reality, that took that 1 second, while the rest of the time they're sad and upset and fucking, or going through some shit, you know? Even a video, you know, you've got 24 hours in a day, but if you make a 2-minute video talking about something, and you know, people are going to take that 2 minutes as opposed to the rest of the fucking day, you know?
decreased mood, depression, and a poor self-concept. It's the worst among adolescents, and it's more common with girls. The whole notion sounds self-evident, but nobody really takes it seriously. We see upward social comparison when Lacey idolizes mid to high fours. She puts on a fake smile and personality and even tries to win them over with gifts. She wants to buy a house she can't afford and assimilate with the aristocrats. In some regards, upward social comparison can motivate an individual to change. Except in this dystopia, everyone is fake as fuck, so this aspect of upward social comparison doesn't really apply.
Most people are
After
fake
all,
as fuck
it's not
though
like
in
these
real
are
world.
stand-up members of society that Lacey wants to emulate. They're pretentious NPCs. Lateral social comparison is when you rank yourself against people that are on your level. Usually, people associate with peers that are around the same age and share similar interests. We see a demonstration of lateral social comparison when Lacey is in her office gossiping to her coworker about Chester. Despite being a nice guy, he has a low rating based on factors out of his control. Downward social comparison happens when you rank yourself against people who are perceived to be inferior to you. It is a mechanism that is meant to boost your own self-esteem, and this episode demonstrates the problem with downward social comparisons. A character is introduced with a rating of 1.4 that used to be a 4.6. She has since renounced her high-class snobby lifestyle for a more raw and real-life experience. She is wiser and more free than Lacey ever hopes to be. Throughout the episode, Lacey also demonstrates a downward social comparison with her brother. She sees him as a deadbeat slob, someone who plays video games all day and doesn't strive to be greater. His score is in the 3s, but he doesn't care. He's actually happy. Social media is nothing to him and everything to her. He acts in accordance with his beliefs, whereas she doesn't. Her brother pokes holes in Lacey's upward and downward social comparisons. She is constantly pretending to be something she's not, and
You need
using
those
him
type
as
of
a way
people
to
in your
feel
life.
better about herself. Meanwhile, her brother is just his true self. As a result, we see her cognitive dissonance boil up as her rating continues to nosedive. And all of this comes to a head in the final third act. Lacey's initial plan was to deliver a tone-deaf speech about getting caught up in the little things, like social media, at her childhood best friend or bully's wedding.
Oh,
We
shit.
learned that Naomi only wanted her there
I forgot she showed
was a
up hella
4.2
dirty and stuff.
before nosediving trying to get there, and it would appear humble to the high 4s. Lacey was also eager to dismiss all of the abuse from Naomi over the years because she saw the event from a socially opportunistic perspective. This highlights one's willingness to forget about the negative side of people when you have something to gain. It isn't until Lacey gives an explosive speech at the wedding where she snaps back to reality, metaphorically escaping her mental prison while being thrown into a physical one. Except she's never been more free.
Fuck you!
Fuck you next Wednesday.
Fuck you for Christmas!
Yeah, that was a good way to end the video.